RVB Blue recently came out with the newest season, RVB Blue Restoration. Now, I've been looking forward to Restoration for a while. Since they first announced it, I was like, this could be really awesome. I love that they're going to actually finally give us like a conclusion to RVB Blue's story. Now, imagine my disappointment when, first of all, I had to actually like go on a Reddit and then like find a Google Doc, and then that's how I was able to watch it. So it wasn't even like it was on YouTube or anything like that. So, and like the only like legit, I guess, legitimate-ish way to do it, to get it, would be like I think buying it or something like that. So, that's a bit disappointing.
I mean, after all, like they started off free on YouTube.
But anyways, a bit of an issue to me is like, oh, is it because it's not supposed to be officially out yet? I don't know, and we'll see if this gets like changed, if it's supposed to actually come out at some different time, and if it's actually supposed to come out right now. I don't know, because I'm not sure if this is the actual finished copy of it or not that we all got. But it seems like it is. Everyone seems to be talking about it now. It seems like it's the right time to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it.
Edited Invader who? Yeah, it is on YouTube technically, but you'd have to like look up someone like Kata117 or something like that. Those are the people who it would be basically like fan channels that have it. Definitely support those guys because we do get copyright strikes sometimes from here and there. We do have some issues like that, but they definitely, for the most part, are able to get those things online. And it's nice because it used to, like I said earlier, it used to be free. Some reason it's not anymore. Some reason they put it on the Rooster Teeth Plus thing, even though the company already collapsed. So it's kind of, you would think for this last season they just have it free, but regardless. So yeah, check those guys out. Now back to the video.
Yeah, I know the fact that you had to like you have to either pay for it or like find it. It is now on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube now. But like when like you would have had to have found like a Google Docs from the Reddit, Red vs Blue Reddit or something like that. So the fact that you had to do that was kind of scummy. It wasn't the most awesome, cool thing someone could do with the series. It kind of sucked.
As for the season itself,
Jumping in, I'm not going to do too much of a full breakdown of the whole thing. You can watch it yourself.
because again, this isn't going to be a breakdown, but because I don't remember everything completely in my memory, basically this is just going to be like from what I do remember, my thoughts on it, that type of thing. I'm not a negative person by any means, but being critical of something can oftentimes do others feel like being negative. And that's just kind of how it works, and kind of have to deal with that. I'm just going to try to tell you critically what I think about it, whether it's true or not true for you doesn't matter. That's your opinion. This is just like how this is my opinion. We all have our own opinions and we're all entitled to them. So this is just gonna be my opinion on how it is. So if you guys like my opinion, agree with my opinion, let me know. If you don't, also let me know. So my thoughts was it was pretty bad. It was poor writing, I think, so to some degree. It wasn't the worst I've ever heard, but it wasn't the best. Also, the pacing was really bad. It was very off, and just it didn't feel like Red vs Blue. It felt like a lot of these other seasons, which went a long ways away from what Red vs Blue really was. I feel like, honestly, personally, Red vs Blue should have ended either season 10, even season 15, or something like that. Not, what it has now. Even season 17 has ended a lot better than this has. This was just kind of sloppily put together, and I personally think it was just disappointing because, like, I understand I didn't have much, like, funding for it and stuff like that. Like the company literally was on the edge of collapsing on itself. So that's fine. I understand that. But even though they didn't have enough time working on it, they honestly just should have just not even bothered in my case. Like it's nice that they kind of did, but at the same time, it wasn't really worth it in my opinion.
That like when it comes to so when it comes to the storytelling, yeah, it just feels very rough. They're just killing off characters, like one character specifically. They killed off another one. They killed off on off screen. I'm not going to say which one was which and who those were, but yes, there were ones. Of course, bear in mind that obviously would be spoilers in this video. I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning, but also at the same time, it came out so long ago that like I hope that people would have already seen it by now. But anyways, like I said, you should have watched it. You should watch it on your own, not watch this and expect this to not spoil it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so sorry if it spoiled it, but
Like the deaths that they have, they kind of work sort of for what they're trying to do for the story, but at the same time, they're still kind of like they're not really necessary for like, and also they just don't really feel much of an impact. It just feels again sloppily done, sloppily made. And also, it feels like they also in this season, they kind of wiped away all the character development that happened in, you know, all the different seasons. It feels like they kind of forgot that the Rivers Blues started to work together and become like friends, and in some cases, might have even had some romantic interest kind of coming up here and there. It seems like Sister and Tucker kind of had a relationship building there, but they kind of wiped that away, and that's kind of annoying to me. It was frustrating. I liked that, what they were doing there. Also, weirdly enough, they didn't have like all the Red versus Blues united together like they did at the end of like I think it's called Shiznow's Paradox. Is that what that one was? Yeah, season 17. Yeah. So that sort of ended. It had like everyone was there. The whole team was together basically, except for obviously some characters that died along the way, like basically Church mainly. But pretty much every character, I mean, side characters were there, but like all the main characters were there. And it was this really cool sort of thing. Also, another thing that's strange that they kind of did, I don't really understand why. So, Agent Washington, apparently in this season is I think dealing with PTSD, which is okay and weird. I'd never ever had him like I've never seen him deal with that before. I'd never seen him really, but like it just feels like that was just random and out of nowhere. It just felt like that was random. I don't know. I personally really like Washington. He's one of my favorite characters. Him and Locust are two of my favorite characters in the whole series. First of all, didn't see Locust there. I don't know where he was. I don't know why he couldn't be involved. They involved him in like season 15, in that kind of area. Could have been cool to see him again. But anyways, especially for the last season, right? Would have been cool to see him. And then also Washington again. Like he didn't have any issues for a lot of those seasons. It felt like the writers here didn't understand their own seasons, which made no sense. It was like kind of confusing to me. It's like, where did this all come from? Washington was shot in the head. That's where he got the problems from. It wasn't like he just had PTSD or something. So it's a bit of a weird choice. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like maybe he did. Maybe he did have issues too. But I was pretty sure he just had like he was just shot and that's one of the issues he ever had. I mean, to me, he always, at least to me, always seemed like a very steadfast and strong, and strong mentally person that he seemed to be. There were moments that I can kind of see where you might be like, yeah, he kind of snapped here and there. But I mean, everyone does. I don't really think that was like a sign of him being like mental or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And also just apparently seeing Doc there. I guess that's what they're trying to do. But that's the thing. Like the whole trophy room scene, we should have been able to see that. That was something us as fans wanted for a long time. But instead of given us that, seeing what happened, seeing how people might have gotten injured, seeing how people might have died, that would have been very important to see. But like that's a problem. Road building and stuff like that, it's important to have context because it's the whole thing of show not tell, right? But people always tell, and it's so annoying. People just never, ever seem to actually show you when they're supposed to show you. Like the trophy room scene, you're telling me a character got killed, you're supposed to show me that the character, like, what happened to characters. Not just tell me what happened, that's just boring. And I don't have any connection to it or emotion from it because it's just, what? I'm just confused. That's the only emotion I have is confusion. So, bit of a choice, honestly. Now, as for animation quality, animation, as we all know, was absolutely abysmal. It was the worst animation I've ever seen them produce to this date. Well, maybe Zero and Nano kind of tied for how bad they are. Honestly, this one might be a little bit worse though. Yeah, it was not good at all. It was not Monty Holmes' animation. I get that. He unfortunately passed away a while ago, one time ago, which is terrible. It's like he was such a great animator, and I think he died pretty young too, which is really sad. Like honestly, he's a bit of an inspiration animation-wise for me. Like many others as well. Many people are inspired by him because he did it all by hand too. It's all hand animation, and that is like really impressive. The stuff he's done. At least that's what I put as his hand animation. And if that's true, that's applause. Applause to him, because that's really good. That's really because as a guy who's doing animation, I can tell you hand by hand animation, pose by pose animation, whatever you call it. Um, it's pretty difficult. It's not easy. So him doing that, major props for that. I'm not gonna lie, with anime, talking about animation quality, yeah, you can definitely tell that they didn't have any funding at all because, again, like, it's like I was saying, obviously, multi-ohm is involved, so that's why it's not like really peak animation. But I would have been fine with not peak animation, like really good animation. But the problem is the animation they made was still really, really bad. Like it was barely even animation, and the fight scenes they just didn't hit the same. That's why I say season 10 probably, and then maybe season 13 might be the that would just be the finale. That'd be the end of it. Honestly, I didn't even really hate season 13's animation that much, but definitely season 10 animation wise probably would be your end point if I was to tell someone they should click out the series. You know, because it's like that was what kind of like after that kind of started to kind of go down in quality over time. But anyways, bringing back the meta like they did was kind of interesting. It was part of me was like this is kind of cool, but at the same time it kind of didn't make. It was I don't know. It was not the best thing. It was actually a pretty decent choice. It could have been maybe better. It could have been maybe worse. I was honestly half expecting it to just be like actually meta who somehow crawled himself out of the water or something, but which would have been kind of interesting. But no, it's Taku, which is pretty interesting actually. Have him as an enemy. Only problem with that though is he's a pretty major character, and he's actually a character I also like. Probably like maybe like third or fourth favorite character. I like Tucker as well, because he went through the most character development in the whole series. I really feel like we should have seen more with Tucker and should have had more development with him struggling or something with the suit and stuff like that, and like not actually fully giving in. And was like maybe like for example, it tried where it showed him killing Sarge. It shouldn't have been him killing Sarge. It should have been like him about to kill Sarge, but Sarge is actually able to escape because he fights back the urge to stab Sarge. That would have been a way better way to handle that, in my opinion, because it would have shown how Taku was resisting the influence of these AIs. Also, another thing is whether the AIs even came from. That doesn't even make any sense at all to me. It's like, what? 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 The AI, what? The AI fragments that were all destroyed, though. How do they exist again? It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, I know Epsilon was technically memory, but that doesn't mean he'd be able to like recreate a bunch of tiny versions of himself. Not even himself, but like versions of the other guys. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense at all. And it just seems like it's a bit of a silly thing to do. Would have been more interesting to just, I don't know, deal with Colin Industries. That would have been a way cooler season. Dealing with Colin Industries, who just lost their leader, or didn't lose the leader. And that's what they do. What happened to the boss? Did they kill Hargrove? Like, what happened? Like, what? That's what I'm saying where it's confusing. They didn't give you any substance at all. It was bad. It's not very good. I actually liked seasons 14 to 17 more than this because they kind of had some story there. People said it wasn't that good. I kind of disagree a little bit. I think it had more substance than this did. It was just like an hour long of nothing, basically. So, anyways, let me know what you guys thought. How do you guys feel about this new video, kind of style? I'm just kind of talking about some stuff that's not Destiny 2. If you guys enjoy it, make sure to like it so I know that you guys enjoy it. And if you guys would be able to comment as well, go ahead and talk about because I like to encourage discussions on my videos. So let me know what is your thoughts with it? How do you guys like this season? Was this season good? Did you guys like it? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? Let me know. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts. I'll respond to every single comment I see. And till next time, peace out, God bless, and stay frosty, agents.